I'm so excited to talk about this topic today. I've been talking about it with some of my clients, and this is something that can help you empower your mindset because I've seen it dismantle people. I've been on that side of where it dismantles people. So realistically in this life, we have so many things that we want, and desires that we have, and there's always a gatekeeper standing between you and that thing that you want most, be it a new job, getting into a certain school, it might be getting a car loan or a house loan. You feel like there's always a middleman, there's always somebody you have to go through to get something, and they could decide against or for you. Sometimes you have no power or control over that decision. They're going to make a subjective or an objective decision about you, and you have no power over that. And sometimes it leaves us feeling bad. We're in a negative headspace, a negative heart space, because we feel rejected. It's a reality that we deal with on a daily basis. And, even our kids are dealing with this ideal of acceptance and rejection. But it doesn't have to dismantle you. And I'm going to tell you why. I hope this shifts your whole mindset on how you walk through this life. When we think about acceptance, only you can accept you, because acceptance is an internal battle. It is an internal struggle. It is connected to your faith. It is connected to your purpose and intention, your skill sets, your experiences. Acceptance deals with you. So when you hear self-acceptance and self-esteem, those are all things that you have to own. And when we're looking at the things that we want that we have not yet achieved, those things are external, right? That gatekeeper is an external force. That person can provide you with an affirmation. Acceptance and affirmation are two different things. I accept me. You can't accept me, but you can affirm me, right? And the difference is that if I am solid in my self-acceptance and someone does not affirm me, it makes it easier for me to pivot to the next opportunity because I know and accept myself. And I'm not dismantled. I'm not disgruntled. I'm not broken. My mindset is not weakened because someone does not affirm me. People, co-workers, bosses, other stakeholders, they can affirm you that you're in alignment with what they're interested in, but they can never truly accept you. Let's stop giving other people our power. The power is yours. You accept yourself. And when we don't accept ourselves, now we're blowing in the wind because anybody can influence us to do the things that we may or may not should be doing, right? We have to consider that. But this is something that is so very important. And I'm going to talk about it again because it's easier said than done, but it first starts with awareness. Self-acceptance is my job. Affirmations is what I'm looking for when I encounter other people. You don't get to impair my self-acceptance or my self-esteem. You can actually affirm what it is that I'm trying to do. You can align with me or not. But when we realize these things, we stop giving people our power. I want you to hold on to your power, right? I want you to know that every day you have a choice. And this boils down to people in your house, people on your job, your physician. Every relationship you have will hinge on this dynamic. This is a mindset shift that can send you to the next level by simply understanding that you can affirm me, but I'm never going to look for you to accept me. I will work on accepting myself. That's my job and no one else's. When I do my job well, other things seem to go so much better. I have better relationships. I have better engagement, and I have more peace. That's what this is really about. How do you get more peace? This is the secret sauce in getting to the root of more peace. I know my role and I know your role. Your role is to affirm or not. That doesn't change my role because I know what I'm here to do. This is what I want for all of you. This can change the game when it comes to your stress levels. Because if I'm honest with myself, and that's another conversation, is how do we build that self-acceptance? That is work. That's work that can't be faked. It can't be just given to you through osmosis or, telepathically. You really have to do the work. And so when we talk about mindset and you hear about mindset in our pop culture, it is so important that you do the work. If you do not do the work, you will let someone outside of you at some company, some bank, some school be able to control what you believe to be true about you. That should never be. You should be working on those things. And when you work on those things and you come against someone who can accept you because you tall, because you short, because you big, because you little, because of whatever neighborhood you live in, because you wear lashes, or, you go to the gym or not, whatever those things are, you still know who you are. You still know who you are. And people, when you really start to do this successfully, people will wonder, why is he different, or why is she different than the other people that are also seeking that same opportunity? People will become intrigued about you and your energy. So here's my recommendation as your personal life and career coach. Know the difference between self-esteem, self-acceptance, and affirmation. One is inside you, the other is outside you. Please feel free. If you love this kind of conversation, if you're trying to do the internal work, just know you don't have to do this kind of work alone. This is, I'll admit, because I know my purpose, I know my gifts, this is my superpower. Building other people. And y'all can see by look on my face, it just makes me absolutely giddy. Like, I absolutely love this job. I love what I do. I love my business. So there's ways that you can do it. You can wait for these videos. Join our newsletter subscription. It's absolutely free. It's not long. You can actually come in and just get some of these positive antidotes to be able to keep pushing you forward. You should never have to walk into a situation expecting everybody to manage your self-esteem. You know why? Because you join a newsletter, you join communities that are constantly committing to the work of getting better, the work of knowing who you are, and the work of attracting positive energy. That's how it's done. I also have a journal that I do the work. I do this work just about every morning. And I sit with this journal. I spent so much time and love in it because I wanted to be something that represented me. I wanted to be representing the work. And most importantly, I wanted to be a place where you can have these personal and private sessions with yourself and these building blocks. We don't have any excuse why we can't be moving ourselves forward. And this journal actually helps you do that. There's lots of information inside. There's check-ins where you can actually go in and check in on yourself every day and see how you're doing. We check stress levels, happiness, mood, fatigue. How did you sleep? And then you actually get to go back and see what work I want to focus on today. Because we can't focus on everything every day. That's not true. I'm going to always keep it real with you. Sometimes all I can focus on in a day is one thing. And that's why this is called the 1% journal, because we focus on one thing every day and we keep working it and getting better at it 1% of the time. That's why this is so important. And after you do a couple days of the journaling, you can go back and I promise you will get a better understanding of self. If you do 14 days straight of journaling, you'll go back and start to realize certain things about yourself that you thought, oh, okay, maybe this was an issue just last night. Maybe I didn't sleep well last night. But when you go back and you start looking at it, you realize I didn't sleep well for the last 12 nights. Okay, this is something I need to address. This is what this book has the ability to do when you lean in and start completing the work. Again, This is how you build your self-esteem, by doing exercises and work like this, investing in yourself. If you have friends or a mother, we're approaching Mother's Day. If you know they have stuff going on inside them that you can't fix, again, it's not your job to fix it, but you can give them the tools so that they can start discovering what's really going on, what's really happening inside, and start doing meaningful and thoughtful work. You will notice that people's conversations with you will change. Instead of talking about some things on a TV show that really doesn't matter, they will start having more meaningful and thoughtful conversations. And if you're already doing that work, you definitely want other people to be able to be in this circle and have these kind of conversations as well. So I am highly encourage you. So if you want to do something just for free, just to be in the conversation and moving yourself forward, because we tired of being tired. I get tired of being tired sometimes. And so when you get to that point where I'm tired of being tired, then I start doing something different. So you can join the newsletter. It's free. The link is in the bio and in the description. Feel free to just join it, right? It's very easy to do. Again, the short anecdotal kind of things for you to consider so you can start growing your mindset. We're already far into the year. We will blink and it will be a new year. Will you be the same old you, or do you want to be the best version of you? We've always got to ask ourselves that. And the people that are doing the work will continue to evolve. Now, they're not necessarily going to announce, hey, by the way, I'm doing this kind of mindset work, right? You're just going to see less of certain people. You're going to see people show up in different places, and you're going to see their growth. But I'm here to say, don't you want to be one of the ones growing? Don't you want to be on the other side of this? Don't you want to stop relying on everybody else to accept you and kind of let you into their little circle? Instead, you can accept yourself, and you can acknowledge them as just simple affirmations. Either we align or we don't. It's okay. Right? It's okay. I can release the things that aren't for me. I can release the things that are just not in this particular season. I can release those things. And this applies too in a work dynamic. When you know as a leader, this is where we're going. And I know, I know what I'm here to do. I know what our purpose is. I can bypass so many of the little ancillary things that really don't matter in the larger scheme of things. If I'm in the weeds too much, I'm not going to tackle the big picture things. So I've given some options. Affirmations and self-acceptance, very different things. Ways that you can get there if you feel like this hit a chord with you. Join the newsletter. Get the journal. We are sending journals out to people as they order them on a daily basis. So do the work. You won't regret it. Do the work.